Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for episode 4 of Better Call Saul's final season. The last episode was a heartbreaking one as we say our goodbyes to Ignacio Varga, as he, did probably one of the bravest things I think I've seen anybody actually do in one of these shows, man. Michael Mando, he will be missed. Maybe we'll see him in some flashbacks. Doubtful at this point, but you never know. We got some other story threads we're going to be honing in on as we bring that one to a close. And yeah, man, I'm excited to get back into this. This season has only just begun, and it has kicked off with a explosive beginning. And I can only imagine where it goes from here, especially some of the things that's already been confirmed to come later in the seasons. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. So if you're part of the 62% of people that are watching the channel, you're not yet subscribed. I really hope if you enjoy this reaction, maybe by the end of this video, you hit that button and maybe even leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see the full-length, unedited reaction to this episode and watch along format, you can check that out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access to that as well. Same thing for all the other shows we cover, as well as a bunch of exclusive movie reactions where you actually get to help choose what we add to that list every month, as well as monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage. And I'm always open to suggestions, but I'm trying to make it worth your while since you guys are going out of your way to support the channel. And I understand not everyone can do that though, and a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because it really does help us out a great deal when it comes to the YouTube algorithm, because that's really the biggest struggle when doing one of these things, man. But that's all said and down out of the way. Let's go ahead and hop into episode 4, Hit and Run. Here we go.
What do you even call that? Fire engine red?
Tomato red.
Whose house is that? And how, God, I'm curious to see how this is gonna get roped into everything.
What an eyesore. There's no way the Homeowners Association approved that color.
They paid for a land survey.
Really?
What the hell? If I'm supposed to remember who these people are, I am completely blanking right now. 12-13. Well, alrighty then. One thing we have not done yet is catch up with present day Saul, which left us on quite the interesting final moment.
At home, things are more or less the same. It's not any worse. I guess I should be grateful for that. Cheryl still won't talk about anything important.
You tried what we discussed?
Yes. Yes, I did.
And what is the game plan here? So they're blocking off that space. They're going to go do something to his car, bring it back, hopefully before his appointment's over. Maybe.
Thanks for meeting me. I imagine you're swamped when you're in town.
Today's not too bad. In fact, I have a meeting at your old stomping ground with Schweiker.
Okay.
What if there was an independent team of lawyers, maybe 4 or 5 of them, who were dedicated to taking on the difficult case?
He did his hair like Howard's. He's tanned up to look a little more like Howard. He's trying to look as close to Howard as possible to set up some kind of misunderstanding. Okay, I'm connecting the dots. Oh, yeah.
You can't skimp on the support staff. They're the
Man, they are working him so hard. Whoa!
Jesus. Wasn't that Howard?
Uh-oh. Oh, somebody move. What a... I mean, that parking space is still going to be lined out. Shit. Jimmy, go! Oh, okay. I'd believe you'd be in such an automated, like, set of mind, you might not pick up on these things, so that is believable. But my God, it stresses me out. Good old Wendy.
What?
5-0. That kills business for the rest of the day.
Listen, if you ever have any legal problems, give me a call. Anytime, no charge.
We're gonna finally find out who's been tailing them.
Who moves cones? Who does that?
Narcissists?
You're damn right.
Dude was driving a BMW, so...
Cliff went for it. I mean, like, really went for it. I don't think he'll write a check himself, but he knows people. And I think he'll deliver. You ever feel like you're being followed? When I dropped Wendy off at the motel, she thought she was being watched by some undercover cops, but then when I drove away, that same car was behind me.
Oh.
Meet me there at 3. Great, thanks. How's it hanging, Steve-O?
Shoes, belt, jacket.
Why'd I hit the jackpot?
Never can tell.
He hasn't made, like, any of these people remove their jackets. Or shoes.
I have a friend who could use a preliminary hearing rescheduled. Gonzalez v. New Mexico.
What friend?
I don't believe you two have met.
Bribing her with Beanie Babies.
Change request form.
Hey, come on, it's me.
Oh. It's just not his day over here, is it?
Hey, Hannah Banana.
Pay yourself.
What is going on? Everybody's being super sketchy around Jimmy.
What the hell is going on?
I understand advocating for your client. Deep in my heart, I get it.
Wait, have they all heard about...
And for what? To get a murdering cartel psycho?
Yeah,
back out on the
shit.
street?
Word got out about all of that. What if the other... that lawyer she met with that was trying to get her to kind of convince Jimmy to spill the beans on the whole cartel situation with Lalo. What if they hired like a PI to follow like him and maybe even Jimmy? Didn't really consider that. I don't know that that would be the case. It still could very well be somebody with ties to the cartel or even Howard or anybody else. Uh-oh.
Are you following me?
I'm sorry.
Are you following me? I think you're following me. And if you're not going to identify yourselves, then I'm calling in your plates because I feel threatened.
Saul Goodman, speedy justice for you. No, there was no charge for the initial consultation. Great. Your name? Dante. See you then. Saul Goodman, speedy justice for you. Yeah, I do have an opening today. Oh, hold on, I'm getting another call.
What the hell is going on? Wow. Is word just getting around? Or what?
Then you're the guy, right?
What guy's that?
Salamanca's guy.
Oh, no.
They're gone.
Oh, hello.
I'm sorry? Do I know you?
Would you mind sitting for a moment and I will answer any questions I can?
Oh, shit, were they Gus's guys?
I have men watching you and your husband.
Okay.
I'm not with the police, and as far as I know, they're not investigating either of you. I'm trying to solve a problem of my own.
What problem?
Lalo, Salamanca. We're watching anyone in my contact. That includes you and your husband. Most likely he'll never reach out. He's got bigger fish to fry.
Why are you telling me this and not him?
Because I think you're made of sterner stuff.
Okay. We got our answer to that. Well, this is where we were at the beginning. I didn't recognize the exterior before. Oh, nice. So his neighbors are the ones we saw riding around with the security detail, and the camera is all focused on the outside of his house. What the fuck? What is this? We never saw this, did we? I don't remember it. This is wicked. Okay, it connects to the neighbor's house. Where all this shit is. Holy shit. That is some sneaky ass shit, man. That answers some questions about how he's able to, like when Hank was tailing him, how he would only follow him to his house and he would never come back out or leave. When there's like, he only goes to and from work and that's it. This is crazy.
We ran the plate. Guy's a freelance plumber. He's legit.
The man you placed in my kitchen.
Roy?
You told me that he had experience as a short order cook.
He's not there just to make French fries. I need guys in close.
He's not up to Pollo standards.
I love it. I love it. He's still such a businessman, both about the one he's actually running for the front and the one he's running behind the scenes. That's great. That is a nice touch.
How was your day?
What are we doing here?
Take a look. What do you think? The word is out. People were throwing cash retainers at me just to say Saul Goodman is their lawyer.
Because of who you represented.
Looking over her shoulder. Okay. I thought that's where we were going to end. Man, okay. We got some answers for who's tailing Kim and Jimmy. Makes sense now as to who it was. It's just, I know they had cut that previously to keep us like, to imply certain things. It's the masterwork of cinematography that goes into this show. But yeah, it's interesting to me how, you know, for them and their plot up until this point, the main thing they've been focusing on has been getting back at Howard. And seeing systematically and slowly how that priority is shifting based on what information comes out about Lalo. And seeing Mike and Kim interact was just a gem. And Kim's not a pushover. She's and like Mike said, like he feels like she's made of sterner stuff. So that's why he went to her instead. He knows Jimmy, so that's the thing. He's got a long history with Jimmy, so he would, of course, know how Jimmy would handle the situation, especially after their time in the desert. And Kim was able to put that together, too, that based on context clues and everything going on, that's the man that had Jimmy out in the desert, where he almost didn't come back. Oh, gosh. But their plan, their orchestration of just fucking defaming Howard like this it's clinical, man. It is, whoo. It's some fucking wicked shit. And it came up into this is like with that little line they said, where Kim was like, "You think we're wicked?" I was like, well, in a way. But man, word has gotten out. Well, obviously, I mean, it had to have been inevitable. They weren't going to just keep that under hush hush with that conversation with Kim only. But it's out throughout the entire courthouse that Jimmy represented a member of the cartel. And so that's why everybody at the courthouse is now treating him 100% different. That's why he, of all people, had to go through the full security protocol while other people were just walking right past, keeping their jackets on, their shoes on, everything, and just going in because they weren't Jimmy. It was like there's so many things that were just eerily popping in. For me, I thought it was going to be like a sting. I thought there was something going on and that Jimmy's going to get set up for something. Somebody's going to try to get him to, like everybody's going to be playing a little bit of an act to try to catch him in the moment or whatever. But no, it was just word got around that he helped somebody with the cartel get off. And, ooh, it definitely sets the reputation for him moving forward. Because, I mean, like Jesse said, what you need is a criminal lawyer. And that's what he is, man. That's what he becomes. We saw Wendy. That was a nice little touch. Bringing her in. And yeah. The whole thing with Gus, too, was brilliant. Like, because I wasn't exactly sure how that opening was going to come back around with the two people on the bikes running around. It just goes to show that they've just become part of this cul-de-sac, these suburbs, when they were, like, talking like a casual couple or resident would talk about a neighboring house. That's just disrupting the whole aesthetic of everything. About code, about the homeowners association, the people that own the lots and stuff like that. And then they just go back and they're doing security. And then what threw me off in the beginning was that I was like, are we seeing a different side of this house? Are we changing perspective? Did I just miss something? Was when we saw the security cameras with all the people in there watching them, the guys with guns and all that stuff. I was like, the stuff on the cameras doesn't look like the outside of the house we just saw. I mean, they came in through the garage, so maybe there's another side of this where I didn't see, another face to this house where I just missed it. Because when we come out, it was the 1213, and that came back around, and I didn't realize that because, I mean, I think we've only seen Gus's house like in a few shots. You know, when Walt went over for dinner, when Jesse went over for dinner, when Walt was posted outside his home those few times, and it was always kind of dark around those times, so I never really, it was never burned in my mind what the outside of his house looked like. But then it just, you know, the reveal that the house is being monitored from that house being Gus's, and then that Gus comes home. We saw the kitchen where he cooked the food for Walt and Jesse, and then he goes down to his basement, secret compartment, secret tunnel over to his neighbor's house where all that stuff we saw was in the beginning, and that put it all together. Oh man, it's brilliant. And just the small little touches about how he still doesn't turn off his restaurant mind during this whole thing, because Mike has to install somebody at the restaurant to keep close tabs on Gus for safety measures. So like the guy you hired as our kitchen dude, he's not doing a good job. You said he had an experience. He's like, he worked at McDonald's. He was like, well, he's not Los Pollos. He's not up to our standards. And Alex is like, well, you got to take what you can get. I need a guy on the inside. I just like those little details about Gus, his close-mindedness, and how he keeps track of how many, like if somebody just happens to be behind him for too long of a stretch, they take a note, they look it up, just to show just how, like methodical he is about everything, which is what made him such a good foil for Walt, and why their whole like battle between each other was so strenuous. Ah, man, it's so good, man. There's something else about that I wanted to say, but I'm kind of blanking on it right now. Even like the fact that he wears that really thin layered Kevlar vest apparently at all times, which I don't recall, because we've seen him like stripped down once that I can recall immediately, and it was when he obviously came down, he put on the hazmat suit and whatever, and then he slit the one dude's throat to make a point to Walt and them, and then he put it back on. Wasn't wearing it there, so wonder if there's a different situation here, or we're just adding some more detail. I like that we're building out more of Gus that we didn't get to see because we were seeing most of it from Walt's perspective, while here we're living more in the criminal side of things, outside of the stuff with Walt and Jesse, obviously, where we get to see a little bit more of the behind the scenes, how things built up, how these relationships got to where they were, how Gus built and maintained this empire, how Saul got to where he was. It's just, I love seeing all these little things, these little puzzle pieces all build and build and build and build. And just, again, the cinematography was fantastic. You know, again, the acting is on point. It's just stuff you expect from the show at this point. And I just never take it for granted. But, man, another killer episode. And, you know, things are circling closer and closer into home. And the big old question, where the fuck is Lalo right now, man? Where did he go? You know, they caught Nacho, which is where they all kind of assumed Lalo was going to be going, to get that proof that Gus was involved in all of this. So what other proof could there be? Where else could he have gone? Because they all managed to bring Nacho in, and I figured maybe with the way things are set up, he wouldn't be able to get in contact with Hector and find out, you know, that they caught Nacho. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure where else he could be going. I'm sure we'll find out. Guys, what do you think of the episode? How are you feeling about the reveal? How are you feeling about where this is going to go? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us in our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials, as always, are in the description box below. Follow me in each and every one of those. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see the full-length reaction to this, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Mandy Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Nate Prouty, and Melita. Thank you guys, as always, for your continued support, and everybody who's been tuning in and supporting the channel. Love you guys, and I'll see you all next week for the next episode of Better Call Saul. Take care, everybody.